Hockey fans, it's time for another episode here on Firebox Breaks. And this one, we are going to continue on with the Tim Hortons Retrospective Rookies set. This is part 2, and we've got a Tim Hortons coffee right there, front and center. Let's take that off to the side, and let's get into 25 more packs. But before we begin, we're going to showcase 2 of the top hits from part 1. Here we are, a little bit of a spoiler there. We've got a Kirill Kaprizov Success. This is a Lenticular card, 1 in 24 packs, and the big one right there, 1 in 100 packs, so 1 per box, the Alex Ovechkin Dynamic Debut. So pretty solid cards right there. That is what you could possibly find when you open up your Tim Hortons, and hopefully you'll get some if you've got one restaurant near you. Here we are, part 2. We're just going to get right through it, or to it. We've had a pretty cool result in the first part. We got Tage Thompson, we've got Austin Matthews right there, and we've got a Yuri Slavkovsky in the books. So these ones are about 1 in 4, I believe. All right, so let's just start a new stack of cards. We got 2 packs in. We're just going to open up 5 packs from the actual packaging, and then we're going to reveal those 2 stacks of 10, which brings us up to 20 packs in the back. Alright, this one looks pretty cool. Probably a canvas card. So Wayne Gretzky there with the Oilers and Rangers in the later part of his career. We've got Mark Stone right there, Ottawa, and the Lightning, or the Golden Knights, sorry. We've got a Marie-Philippe Poulin right there. That is pretty cool. The women's players, so definitely a clutch player when it comes to Team Canada. Poulin is a goal scorer, so cool under pressure. All right, here we are. So 3 packs in the book so far. We've got a Jack Eichel right there, Frank Vatrano, and we've got a Troy Terry Strides. So these ones are 1 in 4, if not 1 in 3. I did look at those odds, and for some reason it's sort of escaping me, but nonetheless, you can always look at the packs and see what those odds are anyway. Just for your curiosity, so yes, we've got, just to correct myself, we've got limited strides or initial strides. Those ones are 1 in 3 in the books, 1 in 4. Celebrated prodigies, 1 in 6. Take a bow, 1 in 8. Starting success, 1 in 24. And debut, dynamic debuts, 1 in 100. So that Alex Ovechkin was 1 per box. So we did get a fully sealed box, of course. Got Shesterkin, we've got Kucherov. So double lightnings there. Well, actually, Rangers and a Lightning, and a Lightning here. It's what I meant. So strides, we've got Vasilevsky. It seems those 2 players will always come together in a pack. So kind of noticing the collation there when it comes to the players. All right, so maybe that'll come in handy when I decide to pop through the drive-through and get maybe 5 or 6 packs or 10 packs and see what the collation is to get a massive card. Logan Cooley, we've got Logan Couture, so double Logans there, so a little bit of Wolverine. Anyway, we've got a Chris Kreider Strides right there. So, okay, that is your look at the first 5 packs that will be unveiled, of course. And the other ones have been opened, and we're just going to get right to it. So, we did pretty well. Let's just carry on. Maybe we'll just showcase the, once we're in focus, I'll just get to the middle card there. PWHL, of course, mentioned those. So Mueller, we've got a Brock Besser in the books, and pretty cool Dominic Hasek there. Nothing wrong with saying that name, pretty cool player. All right, carry on. We've got a Kachuk Marchand, we've got a Austin Matthews. That one is a pretty cool looking card. Now with the All-Star jersey, I believe. It's been a while since I've seen that color there. Alright, so that is the first or second canvas card. Those are pretty neat. As mentioned, I do enjoy the canvas cards. Schroeder, Werenski, and a take a bow of Connor McDavid right there, McJesus. Oilers fan here, of course, as you see the backdrop. Let's just put that one up there, and you could read that press pause and read that in your leisure. So take a bow of McDavid. And we are doing pretty well. All right, for the next pack, we've got a Bork and a Frankel. And we've got strides of UC Saros. Okay. Carrying on here. Got a Hughes and Tavares. We've got a Rupe hints in the books right there. All right, so let's continue on. Now, have you bought any of these packs if you live in Canada? Did you get a massive card? We got a Malkin and a Forsberg, and we've got Connor Bedard right there again. Kind of interesting storyline with Connor Bedard. We've got a Leon Draisaitl, so Wyatt Johnston and Kevin Fiala right there, who is now in LA, I believe, who we will face in the first round. Maybe a bit of a warm-up here. Zumwinkle, we've got Crosby, and we've got another Penguin, Evgeny Malkin. Prodigies with the canvas card, which is one of my favorite designs. All right, so let's continue on. We're almost done the first stack of 10. We've got a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, William Nylander, and Yzerman in the back there. So in the books, all right. So good Oilers content. And this one is, yes, the bottom of the pack there, of the stack. Poulin, Luke Hughes strides, Joe Sakic right there, and that is another card. I think that strides. I should be able to finish that up. All right, so doing well. We've got 6 minutes in the books, almost 7. And the objective was to save time, of course. We got a Strome, Konechny, and we've got a take a bow of Tim Stützle there. So we should end up with 3 of these on average per 24 packs. We don't have a lenticular as of yet. We got Kadri, Connor McDavid, there we are, with the Oilers jersey. And stride. So hopefully that'll stay that way throughout his career. Those are sort of a before and after, or start of the rookie year up until this point. We've got Ben, we've got Clayton Keller, we've got Drake Batherson right there. So just want to note this Arizona Coyotes now with Utah. Now also it was called Phoenix back in the day, stemming from the Winnipeg Jets. And speaking of the Jets, there they are. We've got a JT Miller and we've got a Steven Stamkos. Most people forget that is the Jets organization, not the one that's currently in Winnipeg at this point. No connection whatsoever. We've got Aho, we've got Kachuk, we've got a strides of Ilya Sorokin. That is a Jets 2.0. And this is the lenticular. We're going to save that there. That could very well be the hit of this break. We've got a J-Rob. We've got Brianne Jenner there and Mason McTavish. So Jenner in the books. Pretty cool right there. All right, so this is another strides. We've got a Nathan McKinnon, Taylor Heiss right there. Pretty solid. And a strides of Zach Hyman. That should be an Oilers jersey because he definitely was or is a very solid player for the orange and blue, or if you want to say copper and blue at one point in time. We've got Mitch Marner there. We've got David Pastrnak and take a bow of Sidney Crosby. So definitely awesome with the take a bows. We've got a Crosby and a McJesus, and we've got 1 or 2 packs remaining. We will showcase these cards right there. Barkov, Cale Makar, and we've got a Elias Pettersson Prodigies. All right, he's sort of fallen off as of late. But here we are. We've got 1 pack remaining. We've got Aaron Ambrose of the Montreal. That is a victory. And we've got Emma Maltese, Toronto Scepters, I believe. Yes, there we are. And success. This one is Vladimir Tarasenko. That one is the 1 in 24 pack hits right there. Pretty cool. Just have to tilt that. I think the lighting sort of threw it off. But nonetheless, let's cycle through a very quick recap here, and we'll definitely wrap up part 2. Why don't we start out with the canvas cards? We ended up getting 5 this time. I believe we had 4 in the first video there. Pretty cool. Awesome. 5 Canvas cards, take a bow. We'll definitely have more. We'll have more strides, of course. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the in the books. You let me know which design of the subsets is your favorite. And we've got strides to definitely be a lot more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, we've got 10 of those strides. We got 3 take a bows right there. We got a Sidney Crosby. We've got Tim Stützle, and we've got a Connor McDavid. So those 2 players side by side are definitely dynamic. Nothing wrong with those take a bows. But I think because this is 1 in 24, we will put the success for the hit card of the break, and that is your look at part 2 of the Retrospective Rookies here on Firebox Breaks. Stay tuned for part 3, and you let me know if you agree with the top card of this break. So we are going to leave it there as per usual. So like, comment, and subscribe for all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with more content in the near future. Till then, bye for now.